So my name is Matt Goebel. I'm a second year resident at Bay State, and I'm going to be talking about what our social media strategy was for this year's match and how we used it to our advantage. I have no disclosures. If you have any to offer, my email and Twitter handle are at the bottom of each slide. So we started from a kind of very macro perspective and then worked down into the logistics of how to do it. We actually organized teams for our social media sort of binge to try and get us out there. And we brainstormed content to start with to see where we wanted to go with our platform and kind of be able to get who we were out there to students when they can't come and see us. So one of the first things we made were resident and faculty profiles. These are a lot more fun and less formal than the ones that would be on the official website. Faculty talks. Our residency, a lot of the faculty present at the Consensus and Controversies in Emergency Medicine Conference that's in Western Massachusetts every year. So we recorded those talks and we were posting them during sort of peak application time. We also held a number of med student seminars, as many programs did, both about application specific related topics and also topics specific about us, like come get to know our education division, come get to know our administration, come get to know our EMS division. Of course, pet and family photos are always popular. Wellness things, stuff that people are doing for fun or engaging in for their own wellness. On shift photos, like the one that you see here from Easter Sunday, anything that is, people sort of having fun while they're at work that's appropriate to post. And game nights. We did a number of Zoom game nights around our interview days because we weren't able to have our normal socials and did things that lent themselves to being played over Zoom, like Pictionary. And we had a short-lived attempt at creating infographic summaries of our conference content, but ultimately that was not very popular and was rather labor intensive, so it died pretty quickly. And the other thing we did a lot was cross-posting. So the main thing that we tried to do was create content once and then get it out into as many different channels as possible. So getting into the actual how, so first we tried just putting up flyers to get people to send us all of their pictures and other things, and that was an enormous fail. We ended up having to approach people individually to get people to really start sending us content. We also used Canva, which is a paid service for creating nice infographics and stuff. And then we purchased a significant amount of video equipment that you see here from when we were recording the talks for that conference. This year was completely virtual. So we invested quite a bit in being able to actually produce and host the content. We created accounts on sort of the three major platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and used a scheduling service to push the content out to all three. So you can sit down on the weekend, spend a couple hours, and schedule out all the posts that will happen for the week. We also did YouTube, but because of the medium, you kind of have to do that stuff separately, but we would coordinate the posts. So if we were posting a YouTube video, we would also post some thumbnails or clips on all the other social media outlets. And then we also created a website that was outside of the hospital's official website where we could post more information about the residency that we had more direct control over. That was also fed with posts from WordPress, sort of as things were being released. So if, for example, we were going to be holding a med student seminar, the sign-up form would be posted to WordPress so that it would appear on the website, and then all the social media posts would link to that through the bio or the link in the actual post, depending on the platform. And then the main thing was integrating all of these. So making sure that the YouTube video, the posts all link back to the website, which is for several reasons. Number one, all of the information is coming into sort of funneling it into one place. But also in terms of your analytics and your Google search ranking, when you have things interconnected like this, you get ranked higher. So what did we get out of it? In the deluge of applications that we get, this was one way for us to get interest signaling from applicants. So applicants that took the time to interact with us, we noticed, and applicants that would direct message us or ask very specifically about their application. It was not unusual for me to, email the program director and let him know about people that we'd been interacting with a lot, or people that said they were especially interested. And that was a way to get their application actually looked at. The social interactions that we had both on social media and on Zoom were a way for us to get to know the applicants and kind of get some of that intangible feeling that you can't really get just from the paper, that you may get from some of the normal residency fairs interactions or something. And it was good PR. We got our name out there and people seemed to really appreciate what we were doing, and it made it seem like we had our act together, which we do, but it helped. So what applicants got out of it? They seemed to get an overall impression of the program, and most importantly, they understood what our culture was. And we determined this by sending out a survey between when rank lists were due and when match day occurred. It was very brief. I'm just going to go over some of the responses here. Number one was, where do you follow us? So if you are going to undertake social media, but this sounds like a lot of work, what we did, you just want to have one thing, you can put your money on Instagram. That's where most of the students seem to be right now. And one of the survey questions, Bay State's social media content helped me understand the program's culture, intangible or subjective aspects of the program that affect whether or not I think it's a good fit. And they mostly agreed or strongly agreed. And another one, that the content positively influenced their overall impression of the program. Most people agreed or strongly agreed. And that the culture portrayed on social media was consistent with what they experienced on the interview day. Which is to say, we're hoping that not only are these things concordant, but it also adds to what they're getting from their real world interactions with us. We also had a free response section in the survey, so a couple quotes. I really enjoyed the Meet Our Resident information on the website. It helps to get a feel for the people in the program, and it was nice to see people's non-medical interests. I enjoyed seeing residents' lives outside medicine, really helped me get a feel for the culture of the program. I really felt like I knew the program and the culture better after seeing the posts. And the main thing that impressed me was how organized and robust Bay State's social media presence was. And with that, if you want to get in touch with me, there's my contact information.
Thanks so much, Matt. I think my question was just, I'd imagine you're going to keep that going even when people start kind of coming out of this pandemic.
Yeah, our goal is to use this as a way to try and not filter out, but when with program leadership getting lots of emails about specific questions about the program, that this is an opportunity for us to have interactions with applicants and not have to do those via email.
Excellent. Thank you so much.